my tune and I made a note I'm up. Never gonna lose and I'll turn you into dust. Walk up in the room and I see they acting sus. Put them in a tune and I turn up in a just. Shut off and I zoom, I ain't scared you one of us. Go and grab a broom cause I turn them into dust. I just see it through and they never do enough. Breathing in the fumes, turning up it is a must.
Another 2 minutes of opening credits. I promise this hurts me as much as it hurts you, but actions have consequences.
Jeremy sins something he likes cliché.
This is what happens when a designer is indecisive. We have 30 tile patterns to choose from. Which do you prefer? All of them! Is it a bad thing for the Mother of Dragons that she can't even play a simple game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Everything wrong with Hardhome, ladies and gentlemen. The pyramid in Marine has a bunch of unique floor tiles.
How do I know you are who you say you are?
This is a great question, and it's about damn time someone didn't know someone else in the Seven Kingdoms. There are way too many scenes in this series of people recognizing each other because of the most mundane bullshit. Isn't that Shane McNulty? Well, how the f*** would I know? But he's got a freckle.
Not really. I mean, I'd be interested to hear you actually give a specific example from the show of someone unrealistically recognizing someone else, because I genuinely can't think of a single example.
So I should welcome you into my service because you murdered members of your own family.
Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, the first of her name, Queen of the Andals, and the First Man, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, and the Breaker of Chains would be excellent at TVSins.
Yeah, it sounds better when Missandei says it. Also, he fucked up Dany's tagline. He said Protector of the Seven Kingdoms when the real title is Protector of the Realm. If you're gonna pretend to be a Westeros nerd, at least get your facts straight.
Killing and politics aren't always the same thing.
That's what I thought when this goddamn show started. Now look at me. I get the shakes anytime there's any political meeting of any kind. Parks and Rec broke me out in hives yesterday.
Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliché.
A ruler who kills those devoted to her is not a ruler who inspires devotion.
Holy Dragon Balls, this whole scene rules, but does it make sense? Since when is Daenerys apt to invite instruction from someone she just met, especially as stubborn as she is about her own authority? The show had some very interesting things it wanted to do here, but it had to pull a bit of character cheat to do it.
Nope, it really didn't, seeing as Daenerys has been shown time and again to hear out her advisors, and seeing as she's considering Tyrion as a new advisor, it makes sense that she would listen to his logical advice. Also, Jeremy sins a scene that he likes cliché.
Also, if Jorah has grayscale and it's as infectious as the show says it is, he has just infected quite a few people under Daenerys' rule, right? Then they'll touch people who will touch other people, so he's just destroyed Daenerys' chances of ruling the Seven Kingdoms. I'm sure this show will follow through with this logical path and not just throw it aside and forget about it.
Except for the fact that it's not logical at all, because grayscale is only transmittable through physical touch. It's not airborne, and Jorah is obviously doing everything within his power to not make skin-to-skin contact with anyone else.
Let me speak to her.
It's about damn time. I've had that Cersei gets hit with a wooden spoon block on my Game of Thrones bingo card since the first season.
Jeremy sins something he likes cliché.
She will see.
See what?
Apparently she will see a hammock made for a giant with no practical purpose to anyone during the day, as it provides no shade.
It's called a fishing net, Jeremy. You know, because Braavos is right on the water, and fish live in the water, and fishermen get the fish from the water with things called nets. I feel like I'm explaining this to a 5-year-old because his IQ is so low.
I'm not accustomed to the Blue Water Canal way of things, but couldn't one errant wave spoil all the fruit?
Yes, an errant wave would spoil fruit, so it's a good thing that these people are selling their fruit along a canal that won't have any waves because it's not the open fucking ocean. It's a canal.
You said you didn't know what I would see at the docks.
A man had no idea what a girl would see and what she would not.
Arya stumbled upon an injustice that seems worthy of a many-faced assassination. But what if she had just misinterpreted what she saw? Are we just okay with killing anyone?
Here's a fun thing. The TVSins writers are counting on their audience not having actually watched the episode so that they can be deceitful. Jaqen already knows about what Arya witnessed. So when she brings him that information, he already knows that she correctly interpreted it.
A gift for the thin man.
Man, if Nick Charles showed up right now with a martini in his hand and a broadsword in the other, this would be the greatest show ever. But he didn't.
Jeremy makes a weirdly obscure pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliché.
She's not ready.
Is anyone ever ready to brutally murder a person? Asking for a friend.
Is that friend Jeffrey Dahmer? Because I'm pretty sure he'll tell you himself that people can totally be ready to brutally murder people.
Also, I get that Cersei thinks she's above everyone, but I still can't figure out how she thought letting the Sparrows serve their own brand of justice wouldn't bite her in the ass eventually.
Because she thinks she's above everyone? How can you say the answer to your question and then still ask that same question a split second later?
Hunted him and caught him and strapped him to a cross, cut away piece after piece, till there was no Theon left.
And now we come to the traditional castration conversation in the episode.
Which is a sin because... Oh, you're not planning on explaining? Okay, that's cool.
We hit first and hit hard and leave a feast for the crows.
Roll pages?
So have you decided yet whether I'm worthy of your service?
Have you decided yet whether you're going to have me killed?
As much maligned as this season may be, the teaming up of these two is a stroke of genius. It's the Dustin and Steve of Game of Thrones.
Hold up. He makes a joke about the name of the fourth book in the series and then proceeds to remove a sin for a plotline that wasn't in the books. In fact, the thing he's removing a sin for is something that's actually much worse than the book's version. So this entire thing is really stupid and makes zero sense.
Bugged me for so long, and now I'm just gonna say it. How the f*** does she have curls like this in the front and not the back? Curling irons aren't a thing in Game of Thrones.
They didn't have modern curling irons in the Middle Ages, but they did have other things in those times. Are you under the impression that nothing at all existed back then? Are you stupid or just acting stupid?
Not a single person who shares your blood is alive to support you.
Or ride your dragon, if you know what I mean.
Jeremy says boner.
Me fight for her, and I belong to you.
I don't know what Jorah's long game is here, but he's become the most pathetic character on this show, and Sam is still alive.
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for him to say an actual sin. I guess he's not going to do that. Oh well, that's disappointing.
Thirsty? Confess.
Or just move your head forward a half inch. The spoon is right there.
Apparently in Jeremy's world, motor functions don't exist, because he doesn't think it's possible for the Septa to just move the spoon out of the way if Cersei tries to drink. See what I mean when I say that these people are idiots?
If she's desperate enough to suck the water off the stones, why is she letting it drip back out of her mouth without swallowing it?
Because it's fucking gross? Sure, she is super thirsty, and not just for her brother, but she's used to being crazy rich and having all the finest shit, so drinking dirty floor water isn't exactly something that she's comfy doing.
Does it hurt?
No?
Because when the skin cracks open like a dragon egg, it feels like a zippity-doo-dah candy dream.
So it's a sin that Sam is acting strong for Gilly's benefit? Is it also a sin that Ramsay is sadistic and Jaime is cocky? Because if you're gonna sin one character for having character traits, you may as well just sin them all.
I've seen the Army of the Dead.
Well, I haven't. Is Dave Bautista good in it? How Zack Snyder he is?
Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Try not to worry, Ollie. I've been worrying about John for years.
Doesn't he mean months? Or maybe a year? The only thing more confusing than the geography on this show is the timetable.
The timeline is only confusing for you because you're an idiot. Almost a full year passes between the pilot episode and the season 1 finale, so Sam saying this actually does make sense, seeing as this is season 5.
Wasn't that open sea just a moment ago? CG guys, come on, just copy-paste water. Is it that hard?
That's actually a good continuity sin. Well done, boys. Take a sin back.
You trust me, Jon Snow?
Does that make me a fool?
It absolutely does, but to be fair, with the kind of moves Cersei, Stannis, and Bolton have been making lately, Jon is maybe only the 4th biggest idiot on this show.
It really doesn't make Jon an idiot, though. Think about it for a second. Tormund needs Jon just as much as Jon needs him because he knows that his people will all get slaughtered without Jon's help. They trust each other out of forced necessity, which makes sense.
Lord of Bones.
That's funny. Lord of Bones is what my college girlfriend used to call my college roommate. I didn't even realize Game of Thrones was around back then.
Jeremy makes a cringy college ex-girlfriend joke that isn't funny cliche.
Well, me. The secret to surviving the frigid north is no roof. We've been doing it wrong this whole time.
The hole in the roof is for 1-1 to stand up in. That really didn't take much effort to realize.
I put an arrow through his heart.
Oh, come on, this is enemy territory. Why would you shade the truth in the opposite direction? You gave him a merciful death when others wanted to torture him. I know Tormund is going to spell that out here soon, but considering how quickly death can come, I say maybe you lead with that.
Jon is banking on Tormund's help here. Think about it. If Jon immediately said that his killing of Mance was merciful, the wildlings would be super suspicious, but allowing Tormund to step in and defend him actually facilitates a little more trust.
This is the way.
Also, I killed the Lord of Bones a minute ago. Hope that's cool.
Sorry, I was waiting for the sin again, but I guess it's not going to happen again, is it?
I'm right behind you, I promise.
This is like the Game of Thrones version of the I'll be right back and the one last job cliches all smashed together. And just like that, this random Ice Queen is tagged for certain death.
Funny that you should mention a wildling queen when the books actually did include a wildling queen who doesn't exist in the show. That would have been a perfect sin right there. But no, the books don't matter. Also, neither of those things you just mentioned are cliches.
Game of Thrones, Fallen Kingdom.
Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Considering the size of the building, how is the giant ever standing up inside in the first place?
The hole in the ceiling that you sinned earlier? It's kind of adorable how utterly clueless these people are despite them claiming to be hyper-observant.
Bad guy has opportunity to stab hero in the chest, but opts for blunt end of the weapon instead cliche.
You were so close to having a genuine sin, but you incorrectly used the word cliche, so I can't give you full credit.
Yes!
That fake-ass laugh.
Best of luck to you guys. We've unfortunately got Mets tickets, so...
Unfunny joke is unfunny.
Kill him now.